Hi, and welcome to North Star Stamper. I am Sue Kramer, and today I have a background technique for you using the ink from your ink pads. So I'm hoping that somebody will be able to join us live. I'll give people just a minute to find me, and I'll find myself on my tablet and hopefully be able to answer questions, or we can talk through your comments. There we go. All right. And I think that one person is me. Somebody joined me. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Let me know when you're here. All right, I think we're going to get started. So there's my information. Obviously, you know I'm on Facebook because that's where I am right now. And this is a background I made, and this is, you can see it's shiny. It's glossy paper. I did not realize that we didn't carry glossy paper anymore. So I'll probably use it tonight in my demonstration. But I'm sorry we don't carry it right now. So I have some other things that we do currently carry, and we're going to try that. So we're going to learn together. So what we are using, let me come out here a little bit. Let me get rid of that. Okay, I have this mat, and it is a non-stick, non-porous, I don't even remember what it's called. Unfortunately, it's not Stampin' Up. And that's what I usually work on, and I usually have a piece of scratch paper so this doesn't get quite so dirty, because this just wipes off with a paper towel or whatever. You could use a piece of glass, or what I used earlier this afternoon was the packaging that our Designer Series paper comes in. And just so that it's something that your ink won't soak into. You want it to be able to lift off. This is kind of shiny, so we're not going to use this. But I know this works. I used it. I made a couple samples this afternoon, and I'll point those out. So we are going to use my mat here as our surface. So I will start with what I prefer using, even though it's, like I said, it's not available right now. Let me get comments on here. There we go. Hello. Yeah, we'll get back to that card in a minute. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so glossy paper. I thought it was back in the catalog. It's not, but we're going to use it anyway because it works best for this technique. So what we're going to use, I think we'll start with these. I like to use two different colors. So here I have Smoky Slate and Basic Gray. And I know we've used our spritzers before, but we used them with reinkers last time. We put alcohol in it and then some reinkers to spray with all kinds of things. You can go back and look at that video. So that we are using these again. They're so inexpensive. I can't remember. They're less than $2 a piece. I don't know. So I have a whole bunch of them. I did mark mine. This one has alcohol and this one has water. You can use either. I've talked about how alcohol dries more quickly. Water does tend to make your paper warp if you use too much of it. Water won't work on the glossy. Like I said, we don't carry that anymore, so not an issue. But I think I am just going to stick with the alcohol today. It's something easily found and quick to use, and if I don't do too much today, the fumes I don't think will bother me. All right, so I just used my ink pad. This one is older and a mess, but this is my darker color, so I'm just going to put a little bit on my mat. Like I said, you can use the packaging from a Designer Series paper or a piece of glass, anything, a piece of plastic, maybe from a box. So, and I want more of my lighter color, in this case Smoky Slate. And this is my spritzer with alcohol in it, rubbing alcohol. And hopefully you can see. Make sure I'm going to spray the pad there. There we go. And we are using, I didn't tell you the other thing you need. So our photopolymer stamps, they come on something, a piece of plastic that's, can you hear that? It's a little heavier. This one is thinner. We're going to use this. I think we'll get some better images with this. So we're going to pick up that ink with this and put it on here. It's basically all we're doing. But it's kind of fun that you can slip and slide. And see, there's ink on here. And you can just kind of roll it on. I don't know if I can do this while I talk. There we go. And I kind of chose the grays because it's something different. All my samples I used bright colors. I thought this would be kind of a fun option. You see the colors going on to my glossy cardstock. You can just kind of pounce it where you want more color. Turn it. And I want those corners. And that's it. There's our background. Quick, simple. I would cut that up, and I have cards to show you that I've made out of something similar. I really like that. That'll be fun to play with. I'm not sure we're actually going to make a card tonight. We'll see how things go. I'm going to set that to the side. And you just wipe this up because you're using a non-porous surface. You just wipe it up and wipe off your plastic sheet. Wipe off both sides. And you're ready to try different colors. So that was my grays on glossy paper. So something else I have here, I have Shaded Spruce and Granny Apple Green. Have you guys seen this technique before? Let's see. I'm not getting too many comments. I see who's watching. Thank you for joining me. So when I realized we didn't carry the glossy paper anymore, I thought, well, what if we did it on foil paper? It turned out, so we're going to learn together. I see lots of people are watching today, so thank you for joining me. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of our Shaded Spruce on our mat. There, it's good. I find that if I use equal colors, the dark does overtake. Alright, and this is Granny Apple Green. That one's really bright, and the Shaded Spruce is kind of dark, so this should be really fun to see what happens. And here's our foil paper. Again, we're going to use the plastic sheet that came with our photopolymer stamps and rubbing alcohol in our spritzer. Again, make sure I'm spritzing there. You can see the greens. I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to look. You can just kind of swirl them together a little bit. I don't want to pull all that Shaded Spruce into the Granny Apple. I'm hoping that this will dry. I'm going to turn this a little bit. Kind of put it on there. Oh, that's really cool. I think I'm almost done. And I'm anxious to see how this dries. Oh, awesome. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think the camera does that justice. Look at those textures. Cool. Okay, so there's another one. You know what? There's enough ink there. We're going to try something else. I realized that we still had our pearlized doilies, so we're going to use that. And here's my plastic piece. I'm going to pick up. Because I used alcohol and not water, it does dry out. You can just spritz it again. Here we're coloring our doily. I am going to spritz it again. It's getting kind of dry. I'm anxious. Jennifer, I think that's pretty cool too. I'm anxious to use that on a card. I don't know what I'll put on the top of it. There's a lot of Shaded Spruce on here, but that's all right. It's just a little different effect than you would get if you were sponging it. See here, can you see there? You can see the colors. That'll be fun. I'll probably cut that in half and use it on 2 different projects. So with the greens, I'd probably add some flowers on top or something like that. All right. I'm gonna clean that off. I think I need to spritz it with some water to get all these colors off. I'm going to try a couple more. And then I'll show you the cards I made. When I use the water, I did let them dry for quite a while. This one just has water in it. Look at my hands, they're a mess now. This one just has water. I'm going to use this to clean up my mess. I am always looking for new ways to use the products I already have. So, and I think I have all the colors now. I don't know, but I do love color. I didn't really appreciate color before I got married, but my husband loves bright colors. He loves tropical fish. Not that we have them. He likes to scuba and snorkel and see them in their native habitat. So I think that's where I've learned to appreciate color. So everything's clean and ready to go again. Look at my paper towel. What a mess. All right. I do have gold foil. What colors do you think we should use with gold foil? I think Mary Merlot could be fun. I don't know if I have any other pinks. I don't know how those two would go together. That's Blackberry Bliss. I grabbed a whole bunch of blues too. No, I don't think. Let's try Smoky Slate. Although I don't know what that's going to... We'll find out. We're going to use Smoky Slate and Mary Merlot and put it on our gold foil. I don't know. We'll see. If we don't like it, we'll cover it up, or we can always sponge over it and do something different. So that is Smoky Slate. Mary Merlot must need to be inked. There we go. All right. Where's our plastic piece? So clear it's hiding. And rubbing alcohol in our spritzer. I'm going to spritz the gray a little better. All right. Here's the liner from our photopolymer stamps. I'm going to pick up ink. I don't want to blend them too much. Just put them onto... I really like it on the foil sheets. I am going to turn this around and try to get more gray. I wasn't sure how the gray was going to look on the gold. I kind of like it. We're going to layer it there. Oh, you can see my fingerprints. I don't want that so much. And you can get different kind of shadings. There you can see the... I'm just playing. This is so fun. You guys have to try this if you haven't tried it before. Look at that. Let me clean this up a little bit, and hopefully that ink alcohol will dry by the time I clean this up, and I will show you what we have. I think maybe I will just put this to the side and show you the cards that I made using some of these backgrounds. Some of them I used for backgrounds, some of them I used for my sentiment and have something else in the background. So you can really do it, I mean, just like a... My hands are a mess. I'm hoping this is kind of dry. Oh, this is beautiful. So that's our gold foil paper, and then I used Mary Merlot and Smoky Slate. That is really pretty. I don't know if that does it justice, because it is. There you can see a little better. I don't want to shine into the camera though. Oh, that's awesome. That'll be fun to make a card with. Because I wasn't sure how these were going to turn out, so I didn't know what colors to have on hand. Let me get some of this out of the way. Is that too glary? Maybe we'll leave this here. We'll leave these here too. Sorry, I'm kind of in front of the camera. Oh, that foil is awesome. Ink pads, spritzer with alcohol, and foil paper. I'm glad I tried that. That was really fun. And then the doily worked as well. So this is the card I had at the beginning of the video. And I'm going to struggle with colors here. I believe I used Terracotta Tile and Grapefruit Grove. And that is glossy cardstock there. And then I just stamped with green. And that is the new braid punch. And I embossed it with the planks, and then I sponged it with brown to get that all that texture on there. So let's see, inside I just stamped so it coordinated. Let's see that. I was busy with this. I decided to, I think almost last Monday, so almost a full week, so I've been playing with this for a while. think I'll show you my non-cards first. So there again, the same time I made those. I wanted to use, that was a new stamp for me. And that stamp is from the Layered with Kindness. That's this sprig here. And same here, same sprig. I tried to make a wreath out of it. And then these are the two new label punches that are in the mini catalog. Again, that's Terracotta Tile and Grapefruit Grove with that same technique. And just used in the background. And here, I believe that's Blueberry Bushel and Pineapple Punch. And then you can see it did become green when they mixed. This one is, I think I used water, and I had to use a lot of adhesive to put it on the card front. So, and inside I do, when I use a dark card base, this one is glossy paper, again, same colors as that previous one. And then I have an extra strip that I will use on the inside of my card. So, I've got more here. Okay. I do like to make notes on the back. So, this one, again, glossy paper, sorry about that. It's Flirty Flamingo and Highland Heather. I could see that with flowers similar to this. Some greens, stamped greens, because you'd be able to see the green on there. And then maybe just open flowers for that. This one is just white cardstock. Again, the Terracotta Tile and Grapefruit Grove. I have to look at the back here. This is Pool Party in Bermuda Bay. Again, glossy paper. It looks like stone. And then these two are Seaside Spray and Pretty Peacock. There's your glossy paper, and this is just cardstock. I'm not sure, I don't know if I did this one first and it was wet, and then it started to dry, and so I got more texture. I'm not quite sure the difference there, but those colors are pretty. That'll be fun to play with. Okay, and then these, I used the piece I created for the sentiment. And I have two cards here. So this twine, I couldn't find my linen thread. So what I did was I took the Night of Navy and Sahara Sand twine and separated it. So there's the Night of Navy. And the Sahara Sand is behind my sentiment with the leaves there. This one I used Garden Green. It doesn't look green on there. From the Country Club Suite. So two different, very similar cards. I added the Early Espresso layer. And I think it does set it off nicely. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this card. But the layers are kind of important. And so I use the same Grapefruit Grove and Terracotta Tile on our flowers here. And then I use just a strip of that. Kind of like I'll use the strip of the... I'll use this strip on the inside of my card. Just to finish it off and tie them together. So Grapefruit Grove Terracotta. And then I used Granny Apple Green and Garden Green on the leaves from that. So I think that is what I have for you today. I'm anxious to use these on cards. Let me look through and see what kind of comments you guys... I have been busy, Anne. It's been fun, though. I have to scroll through. I like the punches. I do, too. Where'd that card go? I'll put that one there. And this one was a die from the Lily Pad Lake or something like that. I love how these dies layer. I mean, punches layer. Yes, my hands are messy. I'll go through and look at all your comments. So if you had a question that I didn't answer, I'll get back to it in here in a few minutes. So I'll show these one more time. I know this one is, I didn't know how this was going to work, but that's the gold. Oh, very pretty. This is the silver with two greens on it. Probably doesn't, I don't know. I don't think the video is doing that justice, but, and then the gray, doesn't that look like rock? I think that'll be fun to make something with some doilies. So you can do this to all kinds of different things. This was the pearlized side of the doily. So thank you for joining me. I hope you try this technique, and if you do, let me know how it went, and I'd love to see your creations using the ink from your stamp pads in a different way. Use what you have on hand and try something different. Thanks for joining me. Happy stamping!